Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which coast you are on. Good morning, Sheila, Irish Fired Eyes, Tia, Christine, Kat. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to ask when you come in, please smash that like button. Let everybody know that we have gone live. So I want to start I put a video out yesterday and went over basically the mapping for time frame. Hello, Lola. So I got a lot of questions and such after that video was out. A lot of people have their own theories. I basically did that video, you guys, to give a timeline of how long it actually took to get to the different places. Okay. Now, there's some things that have come out now that I want to go over. I will link the video in the description once we're done the live. But there's some good information that's come out that I know Candace's story has been changing a lot. Dawn's has been changing. There's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of information that's floating around, a lot of rumors being started. I am not going to address rumors, okay? So all I am going to do is address facts that have been told and the people who have said what is going on, okay? Mm-hmm. So we have some information that's come out, and I'm just messaging Dad here. Okay, hello, Allie. Hello, everybody. Looks like everybody's able to catch this morning. So I'm not going to speak on rumor, okay? I want to stick to the facts that we know have either come out from law enforcement or people that have nothing to gain, okay? I know there was a lot of stuff that Allie had brought out, Candace's friend. Now, you got to take everything she says with a grain of salt. But if things that she said add up with things that have already come out, either from law enforcement or Candace herself, then we've got to take a deeper look at that. Okay. So right now we have no idea. Are Allie, and I'm just going to address it right here. Are Allie and Candace talking again? I don't know. Okay. We don't know that, so we can't speak on it. Okay. Stuff like that, like I'm not going to get into the rumor, and I'm not going to help spread rumor and gossip and stuff like that. Okay. Hello, Daisy, Anna, Darlene, Leona. Thank you for everybody coming in. I'm going to ask that you please smash that like button on your way in. Let everybody know that we are live. Smashing the like button helps the algorithm to get the notices out there that we are live. Hello, Candalee. I can't say hi to everybody. I do want to get through this and not hold you guys up for a long time on your weekend. Hello, Georgie from Sydney, Australia. Wow, that's far. So hello from Canada. So that's why there's my sister. Good morning, Des. Thank you for coming in. So what I want to do, and that's why I did that video about the timeline, the driving directions, how far it was, how long it would take, give an extra here and there. I want to be fair, okay? But when you start getting facts coming in that are, making you go, and adding to the red flags. I also did a red flag video where there was a lot of red flags, in my opinion. So let me get through this, guys, and then you can throw out your comments, your theories, whatever you want to throw out. But there's a timeline here that in this video that I want to stick to, okay? And it's for a reason, because there's certain things that come out that I think are very, very important. And this is from somebody who has nothing to gain or lose by telling the truth of what they know, okay? So first of all, I want to show you, again, just so it's fresh in your mind, the photo of the house. Okay, let me get my comment here off screen. Okay, so I want to show you the photo of the house. This is their house. Now, what I've come to learn, there is 2 ways in and out of this house. There is a door on the other side here that is down here by, this is the grandma's trailer, but this is the door to get in grandma's trailer. They were planting flowers over here. Okay. There is a door at the other end of this add-on part here. It runs the length of the house on the other side over here. There's a door at the end. So it would almost be right across from where they were planting flowers. We've been told this is anywhere from 20 to 30, maybe even 40 feet from the trailer. Okay, so please, you guys, let's not throw theories and rumor in that out there. Let me just get through this, and then you guys can say whatever you like, okay? There's 2 ways in and out. There's that door over there where apparently she watched. There's 3 different things. She walked her halfway. She walked her right to the door, and watched her right from grandma's trailer go into the house through that door. There's 3 different things that she's put out there, and that's from Candace herself. It keeps changing. Okay. So there's that door there, and there's this door, and this is the basement door. Now, there's a reason why I wanted to put this back up here to get this fresh in your memory again. Okay. Now, from what else I have found out, there is a tree over here. Okay. It's just off out of this picture. It is over here. That is where the tire swing. It's like a rope with a disc at the bottom. That's Summer's swing. Okay. Because that was brought into question too, that maybe she came out the door and went on her swing. Now, I know it looks like the house blocks a lot here, but it really doesn't, you guys, okay? From where they were at this trailer, they could clearly see the swing, okay? Now, the branches on this tree are very high up, okay? So as you can see here, this is a good 8 to 10 feet before the bottom of the branches of this swing, where the swing is hanging from. So the branches have all been cleared off. So you've got a clear shot from here and this area behind the house to see the swing. And not only that, you can see all of the driveway. The driveway kind of comes up and it splits, okay? It comes up here from the road. It splits. It goes this way, and it also comes down and goes around this way, okay? So that driveway goes right around this house up at the top, and it meets right over here on the other side of this swing. So there is a clear shot of anybody coming up this driveway. Okay. So that kind of debunks a lot of theories. Okay. Of Summer coming out here. They would be able to see anybody coming up here to approach her here. They would also be able to see anything if she was on her swing, or anybody for that matter coming up the driveway, whether they came this way, Sorry, I'm on my screen, on the wrong screen. Here, there's about 8 to 10 feet. They can clearly see it from the trailer. The swing hangs off of this limb. You can clearly see the tree swing from where they were. You can also see the entrance to the driveway is over here. Okay. It comes up and comes around the house this way, around the back of the house, comes around, goes all the way around, down off the photo here, and comes back up over here and meets. Okay. So if Summer came out here, they had a clear shot at seeing anybody coming up, and you notice there's a dog. Over here, if she was on her swing, they had a clear shot of that swing. The house is not blocking it. The house is not blocking actually the main driveway coming up, and then it splits to come around this way and then around this way. They have a clear shot. I wanted this, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves with this, you guys. Please let me get through this before you guys want to put your comments and add anything to it. Please let me get through this so people are not getting confused. Okay? Please let me get through this. This is why I did the video I did yesterday without the live chat, because I just want to get through this, and then I will open it up, please, to your comments. I don't want people getting confused and jumping all over to different areas before we get there. Let me get through, because I think this is really important, what has come out. So once I'm done this, it will not take me long to get through this, you guys. Once I'm through it, then you guys can, I will open it up to the chat, and you guys can put whatever you want to add or whatever to it, your theories. I just don't want to get into all these rumors and things that have been said. So please let me just get through this, okay? So we're going to get out of this picture, and let's jump right to it. Garcello Summer Wells, a little 5-year-old went missing. Please let me just get through this before you want to throw out your theories and comments and what you've heard and everything else. Please. I don't know if I can even stop chat until I'm done, but I want to open it up to chat, but I want to also be able to get through this without people being confused with other theories and everything that's being thrown out there, because they're going to think that that's something I said already if they're just joining and stuff like that. Okay, so please let me get through this, and then you guys, I will open it up for as long as you guys want to say your comments and theories afterwards, but let me get through this, please. Okay, so next what I'm going to share, oops, why did I do that? Okay, so I got to, okay. Okay, so Unmasked came out last night with a video. How to share my audio. Okay, I'm not going to show the whole video. I'm going to show you guys, yes, please just listen so you guys can actually hear everything that's being said and know what I'm talking about. And then afterwards, you guys, hey, I will stay on here for an hour, okay? If you guys want to throw out your comments or whatever afterwards, but I just want to get through this so there's no confusion as to what I am actually throwing out there and what is rumor, thoughts, whatever. Okay, please, you guys, and then you guys can talk. Okay, so the first thing that I want to touch on, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 points. And I'm only going to show you very small clips of it. I'm not going to play the whole video. If you guys want to see that video, I will link it in the description below once we're done. The first thing I wanted to get at in this interview, and I believe Unmasked did an awesome job here, is when this guy, David Dotson, he is a church member that they met at through church, but he's also a mortician. He has not worked in over a year because of health concerns and health issues. So he has not been a mortician, although that is his normal job. He's not done that in a year to a year and a half, but he is going to go back to that work. Okay. So they met at church. So this is what I wanted to get, because there was conversation with Allie saying when the last time she talked to Candace and Dawn, they were not going to church, but that was back in October. So now we know that it was after October that they became these church goers. And I believe it was just before Christmas or somewhere along them lines around Christmas time that they became church goers. And this gentleman only met them 3 months ago. Okay, so let's take a listen. Now, please type 1 and only 1 in the comment if you guys can hear this when I start it. If not, I will have to change my settings, okay? So let's jump right into this.
Where your background is?
Sure. I met the family about three months ago through church, and so I've just known them just a few short months, and
Okay, let me stop right here. I'm going to address this. If you don't like what we're doing, please just leave. Long Jim says another weird gossip channel. This is not a gossip channel. This is somebody from the church, okay, that was interviewed about that night. If you don't like it, please just leave chat. There's no reason to put stuff like this out, Des, please remove that comment from, or one of the mods, please remove that Long Jim comment, because I think it's very disrespectful for what Unmasked has done. Okay. Laura, let's, there's no commenting, please, until I am actually through what I've got to bring out. I just don't want to get people confused. So I'm going to ask the mods, if there's people like that come in and start being trolls like that and start calling people that are not just gossip. This is an interview from somebody that knew them. Please stop. Okay, Moonstone, please, let's stop with the comments and everything, please, or I am going to turn off chat completely. I want to get through this video, and then I will open it up and you guys can chat and speak on this as much as you want, okay? So let's stop. I want to get through this video, and everybody that's here wants to see this. So if you don't like it, please just leave. Okay, so let me back this up just a bit.
I mean, the family
with just telling us like how long you've known the family, how well you know the family, you know, kind of your history, and then like, or a little bit about your, where your background is.
Sure. I met the family about 3 months ago through church, and so I've just known them just a few short months, and the family, they're very
okay. So why I want to play that short little clip, and like I said, they're going to be short little clips like this, you guys. If you want to see the whole video, I will link this video in the description below when we are done. Okay. Now, he says he's only known the family for 3 months. Okay. So which means Allie might have been telling the truth back in October when she said that they were not really churchgoers. So he's saying 3 months. So I'm thinking there are, I think, Christmas pictures. So I think it is after October that they became church people. Okay. Now I'm just putting that in there to solidify when they actually became church members. He's saying he only met them 3 months ago. Did they only join 3 months ago? I don't think so. I think they joined a little bit before then, because there's like, maybe they still had Christmas stuff up in January, but I know that there was Christmas stuff up there. So I do believe Allie when she says that back last summer, they were not church-going people. Okay. So the next thing I want to address in this, and we're going to jump ahead to, whoops, because I think this is also important, is about the red truck. Okay.
share with you, and this is what Summer's parents shared with me. They and please forgive me, I can't remember the time frame. It might have been last week, but they did find a red pickup matching that description, and it was in a different county. And when they, of course, the license plates had been removed, and Summer's dad and mom both told me that when they ran the VIN number, it came back to one of their neighbors. And that's the last I heard of it. And I asked Don, who is Summer's dad, if they had heard anything else from the sheriff department, and they had not. So I don't know if it's, I don't know where that lead or what happened to that, but I do know what Don and Candace told me is that the red truck was found, or a red truck was found, and the VIN number, it did match one of their neighbors.
Now, is the neighbor still around? Did they talk to the neighbor that the red truck belonged to?
Summer's father told me that the law enforcement was going to be speaking to the neighbor.
Okay. So like I said, you guys, I'm just going to give snippets like this, and then we can go in later. As soon as I'm done this video, I've got 1, 2, 3 more comments to go through, and then I'm going to open it up to you guys chatting. Let's just listen for now. Okay. The next thing I wanted to address was the dogs. Okay. Like I said, if you want to watch this whole video, I will link it in the description below, and you guys can go and watch the whole video. Okay. So next is about the dogs. Okay, so we were told there's like 20 dogs, whatever. We were told that the dogs didn't bark. There was so much theory on this. Well, this is somebody who is, you know, just a recent family friend. And let's hear what he has to say about the dogs.
Speaking of rumors, I just want to see if you can clarify this one, because obviously we've never been there. One of the things was that there's many dogs, like 20 plus dogs around the property. So is there 20 plus dogs around the property?
There are several dogs on the property. If I had to guess, I have probably seen myself. I probably have seen maybe 5 or 6 dogs.
Okay.
I've never seen like a herd of dogs, if you will. I've never seen 20 dogs.
Right. That would be like a herd of dogs. Absolutely.
Exactly. And,
did they bark at you when you went on the property?
well, when we arrived there was so much going on already. There was a huge police presence already up at the house. And so, I mean, the dogs were already kind of walking around, you know, looking around. And, but as far as I can't remember I don't remember them coming up and like barking at me or anything. Cause I mean, they had never seen me there before. And, I was, did they come up and start growling at me or anything like that? No.
Okay, so what I'm going to comment here before we listen to the last part of this, because then he talks about when he goes back at another time. So the first initial, I guess, contact there was just, and what is reasonable is there was so much law enforcement and everything else there. The dogs might have been, the police may have told them, get the dogs inside so we can, you know, look around the area. We don't need these dogs out here. So the dogs could have been put away. The dogs could have very likely been out, but were so concentrated on all the law enforcement that was already there that they didn't come down the driveway when David showed up. Now, there's a lot of possibilities there. So we've got to take that into account, that there was a lot already going on. But let's listen a bit further, because then he does speak on another time that he did go there.
No, they didn't. And as far as like just barking at me, that they didn't even like run up and start barking. Like I said, there were so many people already on the property by the time I got there that evening.
Okay. And any other time that you've been there when there wasn't that amount of police presence that's ever, like, you've ever noticed?
Well, yeah. I mean, they have we've taken the family food and everything, and we've gone to visit with them. And you know, they'll as we're pulling up the drive, you know, a couple of dogs will run up there, you know, and just kind of start barking and everything.
Okay, so you see this when all the law enforcement and all that crap isn't going on, when they've gone there to bring food, the dogs do go down that driveway and bark. Very important
thing.
Okay.
There's been times like this. So yeah, you know, that they barked at that time, but it wasn't like they were going nuts or anything like that.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that for us.
You're welcome.
So they would bark if someone did pull up or walk up on the property.
I would think they would, because I mean they you know, they barked at my car when of course, you know, they know me now. But they barked at my car, and when I would get out, they would stop. But yeah, absolutely. I think that if there was just someone coming up the drive, I would think they would bark. Yeah, and that's just my opinion.
Okay, so the dogs at this point, when he went back to bring food, did still bark at him until he got out of the car, he said, and then they would stop. So anybody walking up, a stranger that they've never seen before, or somebody driving up there, those dogs would have barked. Okay, so now I want to jump to this, because I think it is very important, because this is the night apparently Candace called him. Okay, so let's jump to this part. There's this and one more part that I want to get to. Actually, before we hit this, I'm going to squash this rumor right now. Something about a yellow car. Okay. Let's just squash that and get it out of the road right away. Let me just, okay, here we go. Let's just squash the yellow car first before we get to the call when Candace called him the night that Summer disappeared.
So Don had mentioned in one of his interviews something about a yellow car. Do you know anything about the yellow car?
I do. I have not heard anything about a yellow car. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No worries. Yeah, that's why it was one of the things, because I had not heard a yellow car before he mentioned it. So that's why I thought we could ask you, since
absolutely. Yeah, I have never I haven't heard any reports of a yellow car. I haven't I've been watching the news regular too, and I haven't heard any reports on our local news stations either.
Okay. So now we're going to jump to when Candace called him the night Summer went missing. And this is going to be very, very important. Apparently he was had gotten somewhat close with the family. Candace called him the night that Summer went missing. What you are going to hear here, I want you to pay really close attention. Yes, Joanne, let's wait for the questions later. Let me just get through this. There's this and one more point, and that is it, okay? This is probably going to be about 2 minutes, and then we're done, okay? But he speaks about talking not only to Candace, but to the boys, okay? He is going to tell you what the boys told them about the door, the basement door, what Candace says about that basement door, and the only other way in or out of that house is that front door, which would have been seen by Candace and her mother outside and would have been seen by the boys who were upstairs in the kitchen, living room type area. That door is off that area. So if Summer would have came back upstairs from the basement and went out the front door, Candace and her mother would have seen her, and so would the boys. Please pay close attention to what he says. Candace and the boys both told him about that basement door. This is the nail in the coffin as far as I am concerned. Let me just get to it here, you guys. Okay, we're going to start it right here.
I can tell you what, Summer's mom told me and what her father told me about, the night that she disappeared. And it just, it's baffling. It just seems so unreal.
When you arrived there, what were you told had happened?
Well, I'd spoken with Candace, and I believe Dawn was already there too. And where the main house is, Candace's mother also lives on the property in a trailer. It's kind of like a camper trailer that you pull, I believe. And that camper trailer is probably about, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 foot from the main house. It's separated by a driveway. And Candace said that her and Summer and their mom, they were out there planting flowers. They had been swimming earlier that day, and they got home and they were planting flowers. And Summer wanted to go inside her house and play. So Candace watched Summer walk from the camper into the front door. And she...
Okay, so did you hear that? She told David that she watched Summer walk. She was at the camper. She watched Summer walk into the front door. Now, there's other stories where she walked Summer halfway, spoken right by Candace. So this is verified by what Candace has said. Candace told him she watched Summer walk into the camper, which was the very first thing that Candace had said. Then Candace said that she walked her halfway. Then Candace said in another interview, she walked her right to the kitchen door and told the boys to watch her. Okay? So this is just proof that was said. Okay, we're going on fact here. So this is what she told him, and she has changed her story twice since.
Watched them walk into the house. The brothers were in there, and I can't recall. They might have been on the internet, or they might have been watching TV. I apologize. I can't remember exactly what she said. And she said that the brothers came in, or Summer came in, and the brothers saw Summer go down into the basement to play. And then Candace said that, you know, a few minutes later, I think so, maybe like 20 minutes later, she came in looking for Summer, and the boys told Candace that Summer was down in the basement. Candace went down there, and Summer was gone. Keeping in mind that there's the front door of the house, and down in the basement there is a door that leads to the outside. So those are the only two doors that are in and out. And as far as and that's when, you know, she notified the police when they could not find her.
Okay, there again. When we're done watching this, it's only about another minute or so. I'm going to open it up to your comments and questions. Remember what he just said. Candace told him when she went downstairs and Summer wasn't there, she called the police. She didn't. She called Dawn.
Did they tell you if the basement door was open or closed or locked? Or
they told me it was locked, and the children even told me that it was locked.
Okay, did you hear what he just said? Both the children and Candace told him that basement door was locked. Okay, now this is what I said yesterday before this even came out last night. I am at that house. That is where something happened, is at that house. Now, this came out after my video yesterday. So I did my drive-by and all this. It's about another minute, you guys, not even another minute left on this. But in my video yesterday, I said there's no time for them to really do anything until they get back to that house, okay? Both the children and Candace told him when he was there that night that that basement door was locked. Let's listen to that little piece again.
They told me it was locked, and the children even told me that it was locked. So, you know, with that, the front door was the only way in or out.
And can she reach that lock down there? Or does she know how to unlock it?
That I do not know. I've not actually been in the basement myself. I don't know how it's set up down there. But as far as you know, one of the sons did tell me that, you know, the door was locked while she was down there, and Summer's mom, you know, she confirmed that with me, because that was one of my things.
See that? One of the boys told him that that door was locked. The mother, Candace, confirmed it. So how do they start saying now, oh, that basement door was unlocked? If anybody unlocked it, it was somebody in that house after something happened to Summer. They unlocked it to make their theory fit, to make their narrative fit. The only way that she could have get in and out of there is that front door, and she would have been seen by everybody that was there. Okay, so everybody that was jumping on me from my previous video saying I didn't know what I was talking about, whatever, this just confirms it. And this is what was said to this church-going guy. He has nothing to gain or lose by telling you the truth of what was told to him. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there with this video. If you want to see that video, you guys, you can jump over to Unmasked, and you can watch. I will link it in the description of the video below when we're done this live. And we'll figure this out. Okay, let me just go over here for a minute, please. Okay, hang on a second. Just give me a second, you guys. I just got to do something here. Because I know this live is going to go nuts. Okay. Okay, you guys can still hear me and everything? I'm trying to... I'm trying to put it into slow chat, but I don't know how to do it. Okay, well... Stream... I don't know how to do it, you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna wing it, I guess. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. If you want to watch that whole video, I will link it in the description below. I know there was somebody here that said they had a question for me. But yes, Sweet Sativa says, nice to see someone has some common sense here. So many people are saying they feel sorry for these innocent parents. People are ignorant. Stephanie thinks that he's weird. Well, everybody has their opinion. I think he was very truthful. I believe everything that came out of his mouth because this guy has nothing to gain or lose by lying. So, yes. Wiki Eggs and Bakey says, yes. The first time that he was ever there was the night that Candace called him when Summer went missing, and that he had to look up the address. And he also brought, you'll see it in the full video, he also brought Robin with him. Robin is the other lady from the church that Summer just loved to death. Okay, no pun intended. Robin was also there, so Robin can verify all this, you guys, so keep that in mind. I believe this guy. I'm trying to, I should have put slow chat. Let me see if I can do it here. No. I thought I could do it up here. Hang on, you guys. No, I can't see anywhere where I can slow chat. I'm on StreamYard, so I can't do it from here. But anyway, I'm going to try and get to as many of your questions here as I can. Brandy Lynn says it's a gravel road, right? If you are outside, you would 100% hear any sort of car coming up or down. Yes, and so would the dogs. Okay, so there's a video from the church showing Summer on January 9th, 2021. Yes, I believe it was around Christmas time that they joined that church or started really going to that church a lot. Shining Light says above, do you not find it weird that out of all people, why was he the first one called and not their pastor? I believe that they have a rapport with this guy from the church. So they apparently had gotten close. If you watch the whole interview, he had gone and taken the boys mini putting, or all the kids mini putting, stuff like that. So they had a very good rapport with this gentleman. So maybe this is somebody that, you know, they really trusted. Okay, so that's why I believe they called him. And and he also states in the video that Candace called him to try and get a hold of Robin because she couldn't get a hold of Robin. And she knew how close Robin and Summer were. So that was another one of the reasons that he said Candace had called him, because Candace had tried apparently to get a hold of Robin and couldn't get a hold of her. He also says in that interview, Denise, and this is what I mean, let's not just put out part of what he says. Let's give the full description of what this guy said regarding the polygraphs. Okay. He said, now he was told this by Dawn and Candace. Okay. So let's take it at face value. Dawn apparently told him right away that he passed the polygraph. With Candace, Candace told him personally that law enforcement found a lot of deception in her first polygraph. They told her to go home, relax, stop being so stressed, blah, 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 come back on Monday for another polygraph because she did not pass the first one. She came back on the Monday and they said that she did okay. So let's not get it twisted, you guys. And also there's a lot of things that they could have done between that first polygraph test and Monday. So I'm assuming it was a Friday. She had the first one that she did not pass, that it showed a lot of deception, to the one on Monday where they say you did okay or you passed or whatever. Certain drugs will do that. There's all kinds of ways of passing that polygraph. Now, also, law enforcement doesn't have to tell them if they passed or not. They can say, you did okay. That could be just them saying, you know, keeping them calm. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of things, even though it cannot be used in a court of law and cannot be used against you, there's a lot of intel that law enforcement gets from polygraph tests. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, you guys. Yes, I feel, Alley Cat, too, that he was being very honest. You guys, the chat is going so fast. Like, I've got hundreds of chats here. I wanted to try and slow it down, but I just don't know how to do it. So that's where I am, is that Alley Cat's way back. Was there any other information regarding the teen boy? No, I haven't seen anything. Wakey says, but later he said he previously brought them food. He brought food after that initial time that he went, the night that Summer went missing, to now. He's going to say, yes, I previously brought them food. He's talking about after the night Summer went missing. Okay, shining light is the one. Well, if she can highlight, if she can do an at me so I see it. Everything to gain by lying. He's controlling the investigation. No, she can't. I don't know what you're meaning by that, Darlene Paul, but this guy has nothing to gain by lying. And actually, he outs them. If you listen to it, he outs them a couple of times. there's some stuff in there that I'm sure Dawn and Candace are not happy that he said. Like him talking to the boy and Candace that both said the basement door was locked, because that goes against what Candace and Dawn have said. They said it was unlocked. So they changed their stories. So that went actually against them. So no, I do not believe that this guy is lying. Right. I agree, Maureen. Yes, I do believe he is being very truthful. If he was trying to make fall into Dawn's narrative and get everybody believing Dawn's narrative, he failed. He failed miserably because this guy outed them. These are main parts here. He outed them about the dogs barking. He outed them about what Candace told them about being at the trailer and only watching her walk into the house. So there's so much in here that has now caught Candace in lies. So yes, I do believe him. I don't think he did more to hurt Dawn and Candace's story than he did help. Yes, and he also outed Candace being deceptive in her first polygraph. I'm just going through the comments here, you guys. Yes. In one of the interviews, Dawn said that the door in the basement was unlocked, and so did Candace. Absolutely. Yes, Andrea. So don't forget that the last time Allie was there was back last October. So at that time, she said, if you listen to Allie's interview, she said they had a bunch of big dogs. And I think she said, don't quote me, you guys. I could be right or wrong on this, but I know of at least one. But I think there was 2 females that had puppies. So I believe they're including the puppies in that 20 dog thing. Yes, he did say that he met Rose once and that Rose was visiting grandma from Wisconsin. That was after Summer went missing. He said he watched a video of the 3 boys at pool. I have no idea of that. Like I said, a lot of people are going to make all kinds of rumors now up about this. They're going to expand on what this gentleman has said. They're going to make up their own theories and include what this gentleman has said. So it's making you believe that this is what this guy said. I did not hear him say, I didn't hear him say that, but he could have said that at some point he's seen the good. I know that he did some stuff with the boys to try and get them away from the house after Summer went missing, to try and get their minds, you know, on something else. So that is possible, but I don't remember that slink. I think that they are working on that, Patricia. He did not say, see, this is how rumors get started. He did not do this interview at the wishes of the parents. He made the parents aware that he was going to do this video because there was so much talk about him and, oh, he's a mortician. He probably did something to Summer, blah, 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 blah. Like, these rumors are getting out of hand, you guys. So no, David did not do the interview at the wishes of the parents. Unmasked got a hold of him somehow and asked him to do the interview. And he told the parents that he was going to be doing this interview. I think he has an inkling, but I don't know. I don't want to comment on what he thinks because I'm not in this guy's head. But if I was that person rewatching, I would rewatch the video of my interview with Unmasked if I was him and go over everything that came out, because I think things would change. No. Wakey. There was some things that he said that he was told by Candace and Dawn. But what I am interested in is when he first met them, that's right from his mouth, the red truck, okay? He says that he's been watching the news and whatnot. Yes, they said that they've found a red truck. I think he was being very honest about that, but yes, he did hear it from Dawn. So take it with a grain of salt. The dogs, that's right from his mouth, from his own experiences going to that home. Okay? And what happened when he arrived and the conversation with the boys and Candace regarding the door? Okay? And about calling the police right away when she went downstairs and said that she didn't see Summer, so she called the police. No, she called Dawn. And then the police weren't called till much later. Okay? And then the comment about that basement door being locked. That was told directly to him from the boys and Candace. He does touch on this a little bit, Melissa. I'm very behind in the comments, you guys, so please bear with me. He does comment on that. Okay, so Candace said she left for 2 minutes. Let's give her a couple minutes here and there, because 2 minutes sometimes, or 10 minutes can feel like 2 minutes sometimes. You know what I mean? But then she did say that she looked around for a good 10 minutes before calling the police. And we know she didn't call police. She called Dawn. So I believe he's being kind of truthful there with this 20-minute area that she's giving, because that includes Summer going into the house, going downstairs. She went in, I believe it was probably around 5 to 10 minutes later. And then she looked around for 10 minutes. So I believe that 20-minute, he was being truthful and could very well have happened that way. Yes. Now, I can't verify this yet, you guys. That's why I didn't comment on it. But I have gotten some information that you needed a key to unlock that deadbolt from the inside or from the outside. But I have not verified that yet, so please don't think I am setting that in gold, okay? But I have heard from a source that has so far been reliable that you needed a key to unlock that door from both sides. You know, some deadbolts have a key only from the outside. You need a key, and you can just got that little turny thing on the inside. I have heard that it's a deadbolt where you need a key for both sides, and the key was not in that lock. That's why the boys said, no, that door is locked, and you can't unlock it. Yes. And he did say that later. He said the night that he did show up, there was all kinds of police activity and everything. Now, we don't know if the police made them put the dogs away by the time this guy got there, because police don't like large dogs around them. When they're trying to do an investigation, they could get bit. They could, disturb evidence, a lot of things. So they may have had them dogs locked up somewhere. Okay, Shining Light says she doesn't believe everything that he says. I believe everything that has been said. But like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I respect you for your opinion on that, Shining Light. Yes, I think he was very awkward. I think he's not used to being interviewed. He's not, he knows that he's talking about something very serious. A little 5-year-old girl who's gone and cannot be found is still missing. I believe it was very nerve-wracking. I seen him searching for, his words, but he was very quick. And a liar always takes a longer time to respond. He was very quick in his responses. So that shows me that he's recalling. He's not trying to make up. He is recalling because he started very quickly with his responses. When you're trying to make up a lie, there's a bigger time lapse there before you start speaking because you're trying to put the lie together in your head before it comes out of your mouth. He was already starting to speak. So he is recalling. There's a difference. So yes. Yes, and this is Brandy Lynn. You bring a very, very good point here. I mean, out there it's pretty quiet. You would probably hear that door, number one, if somebody tried to come up. You would, I don't believe the theory that somebody came and took her. I don't believe she went down the end of the driveway and got kidnapped because it could all be seen from where the mother and grandmother said they were. They could see her swing. They could see down the driveway, everything. Okay. Also, if somebody abducts a kid to harm a kid and this and that, they're not going to take the time to find a really good hiding spot to hide. They're going to do what they want. And I'm sorry for being blunt about this, but I want to get this point out there. They're not going to take the time to go and bury them so nobody can find them. They're just going to toss them when they're done doing what they want to do with the person, just to distance themselves from it. What's happened is she has been hidden, and she's been hidden very well because they don't want her found. An abductor would not take the time. They don't want to get caught. They're going to do what they want to do, get it over, done with, and then get rid of the person before they're caught. They would just toss them. They would not take the time to find the perfect spot and bury. No. That is still a mystery too, Leona. I would like to know too. So did she call Dawn at 5:30 and then not call the police till 6:30? That gave Dawn an hour to get home. Keep that in mind. He did not talk about being there before. The first time he was ever there was the night that Summer went missing. He was called and he brought Robin. They did not know where she lived. They had to look it up on Google Maps or something. And then he talks about being there. He's talking about from last night's interview to beforehand, in between Summer going missing and last night's interview. He has gone there several times to bring food, to take the kids out, etc. Yes. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind in the chat, just jumped. Hang on. I'm trying, you guys, to get to all your comments. And I just lost all my previous ones. Oh. Okay, like I said, you guys, my chat is going so fast, I can't even keep up. So I'm just scrolling through the comments that I can see now. The ones from 15 minutes ago are gone. I can't even get back to them. Yes, I'm not sure, Flyer B, if he said it was that day or what he was saying there. Okay, so Tony, we did not say that Dawn was a mortician. The gentleman on the interview is a mortician. So nobody said Dawn practiced as a mortician. The truck was found in a different county with no plates on it. It had not been registered, I guess, for some time, whatever. I don't know. But they have talked to the neighbor. It used to belong to the neighbor next door, and it's in another county now, and they have spoke with him. And we haven't heard of an arrest, so I'm assuming that the neighbor is the one that they didn't get along with, and they're trying to pin it on him for some reason. That's just my honest opinion of them bringing this red truck into it. I know they didn't get along with that one neighbor. That is the neighbor who had the red truck. So I guess when police went looking for this red truck, it's now the guy probably got rid of it because it was either not working or whatever reason he got rid of it. They've obviously talked to this guy and have cleared him because he's not arrested. So I believe that's Dawn again trying to throw blame on somebody else and bringing in the red truck. And now he's bringing in something about a yellow car because the red truck didn't work. The red truck thing didn't work. So now he's bringing in a yellow car. None of this was said in the beginning. Like, come on, you guys. You got to see where things are being made up here. Okay, Nellie again says everything he said was based off what they told him. No, it's not, Nellie. When he first met them, he was there when he met them. That's right from his own mouth. Okay, the red truck, yes, he was told that by Dawn about the red truck, but he was asked about it. The dogs, he witnessed himself. What was said to him when he got to Candace's and Candace called him and told him about what happened to Summer was said directly to him from Candace. What he's seen at that house and what he heard directly from that boy's mouth, from, I guess, the older boy's mouth about that door being locked came directly to him from that boy. So no, this is not all totally what Dawn and Candace have told him. This is also stuff that he witnessed, seen, or heard himself directly from somebody else that was there. Like the boys saying, no, that door is locked. Candace also told him, yes, that's true. The door was locked. But then a couple of days later, after Summer was missing, now they changed their story to the door was unlocked. So no, that was told directly to him by one of the boys and Candace that night. Come on, you guys, stop. He's not a plant. He actually threw them under the bus. Okay, so I believe everything this guy is saying. He threw them under the bus on a few things that are going to come back on them. Melissa Sue, I agree. And that's why I think he was so open with what he was saying. He told the truth. From what he knows, he told the truth. And actually, for all these people saying, oh no, Dawn got him to do this for them, but he threw them under the bus. He threw them under the bus about how long they've known him. The dog theory about the dogs never barking. About what was said to him by not only Candace, but the boys too when he arrived there. Okay? And about her not going out that basement door and all the stuff that he threw them under the bus about. No. They were small but very important things, like that door being locked. That Candace and the brother told him the door is locked. That's a big one right there. That blows everything that they have said. That comment right there blew it out of the water of any kind of abduction, because they said they never seen her come back up out of that basement. If the door is locked, she can't get out. The only door she could get out was the door where the grandmother and mother were right in front of it, 20 feet from it. And the boys, she would have had to pass by the boys and go out the door. So there throws that whole abduction thing out the window, in my opinion. Okay, so I'm going to try and catch up. I'm going to scroll right down. There's a lot of contradictions because Candace has changed her story over and over. Iron Maiden, England, yes. And you got to realize, you guys, I've got my mic right at my mouth here. Like my mic is right at my mouth. I can turn the volume down if you guys like. Okay, well, what I can do is, because I'm not going to be showing video, I'll take off my headset and it shouldn't sound like I'm yelling. Okay, so how is that? Is that any better, you guys? Because now I don't got the mic right at my mouth. Well, I had my headset on because I have to wear it so you guys don't get the echo. So now I'm using my desktop mic. So is that a little bit better? Does it still sound like I'm yelling? Okay, so it sounds a lot better now. It doesn't sound like I'm yelling. Okay, there was a comment right here. IMO says, if it was an accident, then maybe they hid the body to hide other things an autopsy might reveal. That is very possible, IMO. I would say that is very possible. Oops. That's how fast the chat's going. I'm trying to click on one. Yes, Candace does say that she loses track of time. So when she's trying to have fun, yeah. Huh. Okay, I don't remember hearing that in that video, Ramona, but like I said, it could be there. I don't remember hearing that, so I can't comment on it. That is very possible also, Sandra. Yeah, I also think Shining Light, it's because I had my pods on with the microphone, like it was right at my mouth, and now I've got my desktop mic back on. So, and I'm kind of bent over a bit because my back is killing me, so I was probably speaking right into the microphone, which wasn't good for you guys, so I do apologize. So really, you guys, that Shining Light says, this case makes me have to smoke a pack a day. Oh, my chat is just flying, you guys. Yes. Yes, somebody said that I had said that Dawn was a mortician. No, I never said Dawn was a mortician. I said the gentleman that was talking. And yes, I do believe that's what he said in his interview, Carla, that he was out. And that's right. I remember that now, the Crohn's disease, but he will be going back in a few weeks. Yeah, I think there's a few, Elizabeth, that, I mean, they all make me sick, but it's sad. I believe that the Desiree, I believe that the boys were interviewed anyway, regardless whether they were supposed to be watching her or not. Law enforcement would have interviewed them because they would have been the last ones to see Summer if she went into that basement, right? Rachel, if you don't like the video, you can leave. I am going over facts here, and this has been total factual, this whole video. So there's no made up stuff here. There's no lies. There's no nothing. This whole video is facts. And if you don't like it, I'm sure there's other channels that you can go and watch. Okay? Thank you. Anything is possible, Beth. Like, we don't know, right? We just don't know. But what I do know is there's something that happened at that house. Whether it was an accident, whether it was on purpose, something happened at that house. There, you can go in timeout. Yes, I also heard this too, Nellie, and that would be reasonable for the police to ask that if you are out doing mowing or whatever, you know, like the big fields where they have the hay and corn and stuff like that, to please walk the property first. I've heard a lot of chitter chatter too about the searches. Don't forget, you guys, this is a vast area. There are spots that have been missed. The cadaver dogs could not go over every square yard of that vast area. They only have so many dogs, right? So they do have people going out on grid searches, but things still can be missed, okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. And that's why the police are asking, please, before you do any mowing or anything like that, please just walk the property just to make sure if she is there that she's not going to get run over by any kind of mowing equipment. I knew that this was going to come out, Sharon. I've heard a lot of rumor about it, but I'm not going to speak on it because I think it's just that. I think there's a lot of people, you guys know the trolls and everything else, people just wanting to insert themselves into this investigation. Somebody who wants to get noticed, that just will throw out, oh my gosh, there is an insurance policy, because nothing else is working. And if you guys notice, every time there's something put out, like the red truck, and then the red truck has been, you know, discussed, and the person who was being blamed about the red truck was interviewed. Obviously, it was not anything to do with Summer going missing, or the guy would have been arrested. So now they've got now I'm hearing something about a yellow car. So now they're going to insert a yellow car into the mix. I believe that this is just people inserting more and more and more and more into the investigation to just keep them going in the wrong direction. That's only my opinion, because I have heard nothing from anybody credible about an insurance policy. Freshly laid bricks and cement that Dawn was at is too odd and redone to not be good. See, here we go. I don't know where that's coming from either. Believe me, FBI does not mess around, you guys. Any place that Dawn worked on for probably the last month prior to Summer's death has been gone over. Believe that. FBI does not mess around. And this is what I mean by when one rumor doesn't work and comes up as false, they start another one. There's going to be so much more, and we've seen this happen in the Barry Morphew case also. Yes, I believe that, and they have some little minions helping them too. And don't forget, you guys, in every bit of lie, there's a tad of truth somewhere. You just got to know what you're looking for. Grandma and the boys have all been interrogated by both FBI, TBI, and sheriff. Oh, and there goes my chat again. Sorry, you guys, if I'm missing any comments. There we go. Thank you, Marilyn, for that. Absolutely. FBI, the FBI is involved. This is not just some little Hicktown sheriff's office, because if it was, I guarantee you that they would be blaming somebody in the sheriff's department. And this is how rumors start. But Marilyn, thank you. Yes, FBI does not mess around. Clark says, I don't think the police are up to the job. 3 weeks and still no suspects. There are suspects, believe me. Just because they're not naming them, don't think that they don't have suspects. Police are doing an awesome job in this. Believe that. That is not true. Grandma is still on the property. Everybody's saying Grandma took off, Grandma moved out, blah, blah. Grandma's still on the property. Flyer there. Yes, I did hear that the father passed away, and I think it's just more rumor and everything. Oh God, guess what we just found out? Her dad passed away. So now we're going to say, oh, I know why Summer was killed now, is because she's to inherited all the grandfather's stuff. Okay, well, wait a minute. Grandfather passed away after Summer went missing. So that has nothing to do with Summer going missing. If that's even true. I think it's just another made-up rumor that fit. Oh, Grandpa passed away, so let's make up this theory now. Let's separate theory from fact from fiction. The rumors going around are, thank you, ludicrous. Yes, I'm still getting comments now. Oh my God, they got to look in the flower bed. Oh my gosh, you guys, believe me, that property around the house and every person that was there has probably been interviewed and gone over a dozen times. Another thing that I want to say about that interview with this guy is he lets it slip, because Unmasked was asking about flyers and stuff like that. And he says, oh, well, you know, I was in a conversation with Candace and Dawn, and they wanted to wait until after law enforcement left. Really? Why? You got it. There's little things there, you guys, that tell a story. You just got to learn how to connect them properly. That's a big telltale sign that they did not want any flyers or anything of Summer going out until after the police left the area. Smack on, Melissa. Yes. David also said that he's seen Grandma there. Oh, so Grandpa Bly did pass away May 5th. Okay, I heard that it was just recently he passed away. Like I said, I didn't really look into it because I didn't, I started hearing the rumors right away. As soon as that came out that the grandpa had passed away, that's when the rumors started about the insurance. So that's why I didn't even look into it, because I don't think it's relevant. Okay, thank you for everybody that's posting that. I thought it was just, like I said, I didn't really look into it because I don't think that it's relevant. Some people think that Candace, so I just... yes. The parents can't... and like I said, you guys, there's been so many changes from Candace and Dawn alone. So not hearsay, right out of their mouths. They keep changing their story. The truth never changes. What changes is the lie, because a liar cannot remember the lie they told. The truth will never change. Yes, flyers are normally put out immediately, and they were afraid of that for a reason. Loveland, I don't know if that swimming thing that he was talking about was the day that Summer went missing. I know that he has done a few things, including mini putt with the boys, just to get them out of that house and get them away from it and let them have, you know, some time away from everything that's going on. Ann Gooder says, well, does anyone know where exactly Candace was when Dawn got home? No, I haven't heard. Yes, I don't want to say that it's connected, but I'm not going to say that they didn't learn something by that one. I don't know. I don't know. Yes, and there wasn't any flower beds. The plants were in buckets. I agree, Samantha. Carla, if there was anything like that on the property, believe me, like I said, you got the FBI on this. They're the best. If there was anything like that that they found on the property, then it would have already been searched. Believe me. I know there was something Carla mentioned in that interview last night about, I think Unmasked is going to be calling the local sheriff and stuff like that to make sure that it is okay for them to go out. And I would assume that they would need permission from the property owners to go on their property to search. I think that would be the correct way to do it. Yes, Nellie, thank you for that. And like I said, I've been working on this, you guys, for, I mean, intensely, day and night, from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, going over and reiterating things that were said, what weren't said, what matches, what doesn't, what she said here, and then what she said here, and putting it all together, okay? So, I mean, if the same thing is said more than once, twice, excuse me, 3 times by 2-3 different people, then that's probably the truth. And I'm talking about, if Candace says something, Dawn said the same thing, the pastor says the same thing, there's another person that also heard that being said, then you can almost guarantee that that is something that was said. But if you only hear one person saying it and then it's being repeated by somebody else, but it's adding to the story and adding a little bit here and there to spice it up a bit, to make it juicy and to make it a headline, that's where you run into the problems, okay? Candace wasn't even with Dawn at the time her sister went missing. Dawn was nowhere in the picture, so I don't believe that. I'm going to say I don't believe Dawn would be involved in that because he was not even in the picture back then. I can't speak on if Candace was ever a suspect because I don't know. I went over that yesterday. The dog stopped at the end of the property. Grandma's there. That I went over this yesterday. What I believe could have happened there. I'm not saying it did, but I'm saying it could have happened. Like I said, you remember when I say in every lie there's an ounce of truth. So when Candace said that she went in and told the boys to watch Summer, I think that could have happened in the morning. I think she could have wanted to go into Kingsport, whatever that town is, on her own and didn't want to take any of the kids. And I think Summer could have chased Mom down the driveway as Mom and Grandma were leaving, saying, no, 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 I don't want to stay here with my brothers. I want to come with you. That's what I think could have happened there. I'm not saying it did, but I'm saying that is a possibility. That would also give light to why she wasn't prepared for things for Summer, because Summer maybe wasn't supposed to go. Maybe all the kids were supposed to stay at home. And then Summer went running after them as they were leaving. No, I want to come. I want to come. Because we do know that her brothers did pick on her and stuff like that. There would be no parent there to watch over what was going on. She'd be at the mercy of them, right? So maybe she didn't want to stay there with them. And that's how she ended up going. We don't know. But that is a very real possibility. Thank you, Jeanette Melissa Wise. I am. I do want the truth. I don't want to spread rumor. I don't want to spread lies. I don't, you know. Oh, thank you, Anne. I appreciate that. Yeah. This is very interesting too, Ruby. Interesting that Candace always says LE won't let them search. Well, if LE has done their search, why aren't they out searching now on their own property? Yes, a liar does tend to start believing their own lies, but they still are not going to keep all the details proper, right? Because they can't remember. Oh gosh, did I say that? Did I say it was unlocked or was it locked? You know what I mean? There's going to still be things that they can't keep straight. Yep. And I believe this is exactly what law enforcement was waiting for. Yes. I remember that case, Beth. This reminds me of the Evan Boswell story. TBL found out the truth and kept their mouth shut as to what they knew. They let the mom hang herself. Exactly. And yes, Julie. Hello, Julie. Long time no see, my dear. I hope you're well. But yes, this is another one here, is the truth never changes. Well, thank you for subscribing, Marilyn, and welcome to the channel. Yes, 911. Now, I know there was a little bit of a discrepancy in that. We haven't been able to hear her 911 call, I don't think. I think we've heard parts of it, but I don't think we've heard Candace. And if you guys have, maybe post the link to the 911 call. I have heard the 911 dispatcher speaking, but I have not heard Candace or Dawn speaking. So if anybody has the full 911 calls from Candace and Dawn, I would be interested in hearing that. I'm late to the party. What's your theory on milk jug photo? I believe it is exactly what it is. You know, we got to take into account when kids fall asleep half the time, they don't care how or where they fall asleep. They just fall asleep. Melissa, I agree. I do think that they have a very good scenario mapped out as to what exactly happened, who was involved. And just because they don't find Summers' remains doesn't mean that charges are not going to be laid. And we've seen this before in other cases, most recently the Suzanne Morphew. Also, the Letitia Stout case. She was charged before they found Gannon. And then once Gannon's remains were found, more charges laid. So they can lay charges. They just need more circumstantial evidence than they normally would when a body is not found. So believe me, they are taking their time. They are crossing every T, dotting every I, and putting a period at the end of every accusation. Miss Jules, it may end up that she is never found, but I do believe that there's charges coming. Okay, have we even determined what time LE arrived at the house? I believe LE, it took them 10 to 15 minutes to get to the house from the time they received the call. You can, shelling out, you can see my video from yesterday where I go over the timeline from the time they would have left the house to the time they came back to the house. That is in yesterday's video. You can find it on my page under videos. You can find all my videos, you guys, if you go to my YouTube page across the top, click on videos, and you will see all my videos there. Just a little bit of information for you guys from Dawn there. That is very possible, Elizabeth. And there's, yes, there's another one, Larry. That's coming, you guys. That's coming. And don't forget, like, I've seen comments here. Ellie doesn't know what they're doing with the Summer Wells case. Ellie this, Ellie that. you know, there was a lot of that said too about the buried morphine, with myself included. You guys, I'm gonna rat out myself. I really was questioning law enforcement, and look at what happened. So let's give law enforcement the benefit of the doubt here. I think they know exactly, especially with the FBI being involved, you guys. I think they've got it. Oh, thank you, Samantha. Larry Millete is the one, his wife has gone missing. And that's been a while now, too. I'm not so sure, Dawn, that it was an accident. Autumn G, I agree. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But if you're innocent, you've got no reason to lie and keep changing your stories either. So I will still say there may be some innocence there, but it kind of dwindles away when your story keeps changing, when you're saying to one person that the door was unlocked, that she went out, and then you tell others that the door was locked. All kinds of different stories going around. Candace constantly changing her story. There's a lot going on there that makes one believe that they're not as innocent as they're trying to be. Janet, I'm still on the fence about if Don is covering for Candace. I really am. I think if he had nothing to do with Summer going missing and does not know about it, I don't know. I don't know. I want to try and say I don't think he would, but you never know. I don't know. So I can't give you, I can't say that he would or he wouldn't because I just don't know. Yes, law enforcement knows exactly what they're doing. I don't think that was bruising, Charlie. I think it's just the shadowing, the way the picture was taken. I don't think there's a big bruise like everybody is saying on the side of her head. Agreed, Dawn. Karen, the only time frame that I found that was unaccounted for and that could not be explained is once they got back to the house at 3:30, 3:15 to 3:30. All the other times during the day could be accounted for. I'm bearing with you, Samantha. It's just my chat. I try and get it so I can scroll through the chat, and then all of a sudden, boom, it takes off on me and I lose where I was. Well, hello, Mystic Brady. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. Okay, now let me see. I got to scroll again here and try and find some of these comments that I was looking for. Yes, 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 yes. Jay, in a court of law, this is a discussion. Okay, wait, what did I miss? Miss Elizabeth, what did I miss here? Oh, crap. Give me a second, you guys. Sorry. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry about that, you guys. I had somebody at my door. Okay, so where was I? Adam J in the court of law. I don't know. And now I'm lost, and my chat just took off on me again. Party Patty. I don't know what happened. I can't say what happened because I wasn't there. I don't know. But in my opinion, something happened at that house after they got home, after 3:15. And I believe it happened well before they called the police. That's just my opinion only, you guys. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. So, and we've got Dawn of Destruction saying maybe I just don't believe there was an abduction. I don't believe there was an abduction either. Please convince me to have more patience. Please have patience. Please have patience. Believe me, they know. Susan Smith, LE, is law enforcement. There's no insurance. There you go. It's me, Allie. Hi. Hello. I don't think it's obvious which one did any, if either did or didn't. I don't think it's obvious that it's Dawn. Just my opinion. Are there ways to trick a polygraph test? Yes. There's some meds that you can take. There's other things. I heard something. Don't forget, you guys, I worked in the legal field for many years, over 30 years. And I did a lot of bail hearings for criminals in a very large city, Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. A lot of bad ass criminals there. And, you know, with speaking with these criminals and, you know, getting their stories and this and that, you do hear things and they do tell you things. And I've heard you put, like there's a way to pass a breathalyzer if you put 2 pennies under your tongue when you're blowing in. Like there's so many things that these criminals know. what to do, I was just like shocked. And I'm not talking about like criminals, like, okay, they're criminals. Dawn and Candace are criminals. But I'm saying criminals have told me different ways that they can pass different tests. So I'm sure that there are ways with either meds or another way to pass polygraph tests. And we've heard some of those ways being discussed on other platforms. So I do believe that there are ways that you can pass it. Loveland thinks that Dawn would cover for Candace. We've also heard about this, that there was a babysitter that now says Candace calls her to babysit but couldn't. I haven't heard about that one yet, but like I said, there's just so much out there, you guys. I can't keep up on every single thing that is being said or whatnot. Any mother is going to protect her son, but I really don't know what to make of that. I'm going to leave it there. I don't really want to comment because there's some things that I'm looking into regarding that. So that will be another video on another time, but I'm not so sure about that, you guys. I'm just scrolling through comments here, you guys, there's one that somebody made that I'm trying to find, and my chat keeps going all over the place. All right. Oh, okay. I just lost a bunch of them again there. So, okay. So let's just see. Okay, Julie is saying beta blockers. So beta blockers could play a role in altering a lie detector test. I believe Julie's husband is a doctor. So that could be some very good information right there. So beta blockers. Again, this is another rumor that's being circulated. We don't know. Unless this comes out of a person's mouth that was there, then it's just a rumor. So, Mama, I'm going to ask that when you're reading the comments and stuff, don't believe everything that's put out there to you, because people weren't there, so they don't know, right? So somebody, I've seen this comment on somewhere else too, that, oh no, this is what happened. She went and buried Summer somewhere, then came back and pretended to look for her. I seen all those rumors that were going around. Mama, I don't want you to be fooled, okay? Because this can't be proven, because the person that started this was not there. How can they pass a blood test trying to cover up? I don't know what you're talking there. Hello, Mama Shan. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Steve Wilko's show. Come on, sis. The guy's a talk show host. It's like, have you... Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Is Steve Wilkos, did he not used to work for Jerry Springer as a security guard or something, and then started his own Jerry Springer show? I wouldn't believe anything on Jerry Springer, or if that's the same guy or his show. Oh, just live, love, laugh. I love that. Live, love, and laugh. Believe me, the police have got so much that they are not going to release. And why are they not going to release even a tidbit? Because people take it, whatever they say, people take it, they add their own little thing and tell somebody else. Then that person takes that and adds a little thing because they want to make it a little juicier. By the time it gets to, you know, being blown up on the internet, it's not even what was said in the first place. You know what I mean? So that's why I said this guy here, I'm taking it right from his mouth and showing it to you guys because this is what he observed when he was there, or what was directly said to him, or what he directly heard or seen. Yes, he brought them food. Yes, we can only assume. Candace apparently told directly to this guy that was interviewed from the church that it showed deception. And I've seen in my years of working, I've seen suspects say, give me a polygraph, and they haven't slept for days and have passed a polygraph. So I don't think that's not how a polygraph works. Just because you're exhausted, it's not going to work. The polygraph works in ways that it spikes when you're telling a lie, your heart rate beats a little bit faster and stuff like that. There's ways that I'm not going to go over it all, but you can Google it online. Being exhausted, I don't think would show levels of deception like what I'm assuming was there. The mortician is a friend from the church, and no, he brought food after Summer went missing. He brought some food to the family. Okay, where are my mods? Do I have mods in here somewhere? Can you please check into this? Okay, you know what? I'm not going to have somebody come on here and accuse the person who did the interview. So you've been timed out. If it happens again, you're going to be blocked. And that's how rumors start. When people come on and start now accusing this guy from the church of doing something to Summer and everything else, stop. I'm not going to put up with that here. I don't think the 15-year-old planned to do any of this with Summer. Janet and Melissa, thank you. I try very, I'm only human, you guys. I do make mistakes, but I try very hard to be fair and honest as can be. I don't know who Manuel is, Marilyn. Another name being thrown into the mix now. I'm telling you, you guys, anything that comes out like this now, it's like, come on. If it had anything to do with Summer going missing, it would have came out within the first couple of days. So anything now is just rumor and people adding stuff to make the story so juicy, and it's sickening, really. Yes. Yeah. I think the church guy is very genuine. Yes. And in the end of, Denise, thank you for that. At the end of the video with the church guy, apparently they do state they got more than enough food and everything else, that all they need is wood. Yes, absolutely. Like anything now, it's like, come on, you guys. Bringing out a yellow car and this and that. If it was relevant to Summer going missing, it would have been brought out the very first few days, within the first week of her going missing. Everything that would be relevant to that would have already come out. The only things that are going to be found out that are relevant are going to be on which the police have, their cell phones, their computers, this, that, statements maybe that somebody comes in and says, okay, look at, this is what she said to me, or I seen them at the fishing hole or the McDonald's or whatever. That's what's going to happen now. But all this other stuff, it's nothing but people out there starting rumors, causing distractions, and trying to mess with the investigation. Yes, and I do. Thank you, Diane. I do. Drama free. Hello, it's me, and welcome to the channel. I'm not so sure what I think about the shaving of the head. I really haven't made my own conclusion on that. I have my ideas of what I think about it, but I haven't really came to this is why. You know what I mean? Exactly. We don't want the rumors. We want the truth. Sorry, you guys, I'm just trying to get through these comments here, and every time I try and get to the one I want, it takes off on me. Yes, Stacy, I agree. Yeah, so now there's this yellow car that's being thrown into the mix. Come on, you guys. You gotta really think about this. If there was anything to do with a yellow car, that would have been brought out long ago. And we got to do a bunch of different things. For every young thinks it's an accident, and families protecting themselves in so many ways, it's obvious. That could very well be too for every young. We don't know, right? And I mean, this is black and white. It was either an accident and things they are covering it up to, you know, or it wasn't an accident. There's no in between. So it was either an accident and they did something with Summer because they were scared of being blamed or charged or whatever because of that, or they intentionally did something. There's nothing else. It was an accident or it was on purpose, one of the two. Yes, this is also, thank you, Wakey Eggs and Bakey. Absolutely. It's getting ridiculous. I'm trying to slow it down, Miss Elizabeth, but I can't find where to slow it down. Yes, Stacy, I really, like, I'm sent a lot of links to different things, and it's just like, yeah, no. Julie says, I'm here. Hello, Julie. I believe, yes, I believe there are people that have tried to get the 911 calls, but they're being blocked for some reason. And I think I know what that reason is. And that's something I'm not going to share right now because I don't want rumors to start about it or somebody to take my words on that and add what they want. And by the time it gets back to me, it's like totally not what I said. But I know that the 911 call, the only part that was released was what the operator, the 911 operator, had said, and maybe some of the police activity saying they got there. They're not releasing at this point what Candace or Dawn said in their 911 calls because I think that is going to be brought into evidence and it has to be protected. And I think there's a lot of things. How can I say this? Working in the legal field for so long and dealing with cases, not so much child abductions, but criminal cases, there's a lot of things that they are not going to share with us because it's going to be used in a trial. It's going to be part of a probable cause affidavit, and they don't want to spook a person. Okay? So there's many different reasons why they don't release certain things. We got to have faith in especially the FBI. They know what they're doing. Okay? Oh, Laura. Laura says, just so everybody knows, they did send David's live to the TBI. Believe me, TBI is watching anything like that already. They've I got about 30 people sending me the links to it this morning, and I actually did watch it, had already watched it. So I do believe the brothers know something, and I do believe that FBI, TBI all know about it. Believe me. Where does that comment go? Iron Maiden, England. I can pretty much guarantee you that why Summer's head was shaved was not part of that lie detector test. I can guarantee you that. I will say that with 100% certainty that why was Summer's hair shaved was not part of a lie detector test. Me too, Janet. Yes, Marilyn. This would have been mentioned very early on. Okay, where did that go now? I just lost. Oh. I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments, you guys. My chat is just going haywire. David Cohen says, look, I go by facts and I don't say anything unless I can prove it. I try to do the exact same thing, David. I will go to source, to source, to source, to source. And right now what I can say is if I hear it, if I hear something being said and it's been said by multiple people that were there, then you could almost guarantee that that is some truth in the lie. A lot of people are saying that, Loveland, and I'm thinking that that could have very well been too. Okay, let's not do this. Okay, Candace called her local mortician to come by the night Summer went missing. We know who David is, and yes, he was a mortician. He hasn't practiced in over a year and a half because he's been sick. And Please don't put it out there like, oh my God, Candace, and this is how rumors start. Candace called their local mortician. He was a friend of theirs from the church. His job happened to be a mortician, yes, but he was very close with the family. He had gotten close to the family, and he was called that night to get a hold of Robin. That's the only reason Candace called him that night, was to get a hold of Robin, because they could not get a hold of Robin, and Robin was the one closest to Summer, that Summer loved to death, no pun intended. That's why he was called. So please, let's not put comments like this out there that makes it look like, oh, she called the mortician wanting to do something. Come on, let's not go there, please. Miss Mardi Gras says TBI messed up the Baby Joe case. I hope they don't mess up Summer's case. Mardi Gras, well, put it this way. TBI is taking second seat to the FBI. The FBI is on this full force. So, and FBI doesn't play. I really don't want to start degrading law enforcement, because I think they're doing an awesome job. Thank you, Janet, the no drama mama. Thank you. Like, I'm just done with that stuff. Like, and that's what I mean. And I'm not saying that this person just did that intentionally. Maybe it's something she just heard, but that's how rumors get started. The only reason that David was called that night was to get a hold of Robin, because Candace couldn't find Robin's number, or couldn't get a hold of her, couldn't get in touch with her. So she called David to get in touch with Robin. Robin also went out with David that night to the Wells place. So that's how rumors get started, by putting out comments like that. I don't like it. Okay, there's a lot of hearsay coming out. I don't know. No, let's stop with he said, she said. Because there's other comments from people that knew the family personally that said that Summer did want her haircut. So please, let's stop. The babysitter, I don't think, has ever said that. I don't want to hear allegedly. I want to hear, if you're going to put a comment, it's fact. Okay, so I do remember him saying this too, Beth, so thank you for this. David Dotson was also a pastor prior to becoming a mortician, and he was also an EMT. Okay, these type of people care about others and do not go into the fields to harm people. Exactly. Thank you for that, Beth. Is Crime Stories obsessed here? Where is she? I'm trying to find you. There she is. Hello, Emma. Nice to see you here, my girl. Candace Harrer has photos of the crystals she collects, so she knows all the caves. Interesting. Now, do you know if she got them from the caves, Emma? Or are those things that she's bought, like maybe at a local store, that were taken from the caves? Do you know that? And yes, please go and check out Crime Stories Obsessed. She's got a lot of good information over there too. I just love her channel. So thank you, Emma, for popping in. I'm just crossing my fingers here, you guys, that my chat doesn't take off on me again. Okay, Donna Destruction says, yes, most morticians do belong to churches. It comes with the territory, and because you have to have a social service degree to become a funeral director, they're always viewed as a counselor. Wow, thank you for sharing that with us. And I do believe that Morticians have a very hard job. I think they need somewhere to go and prayer and everything for everything that they deal with, right? They need an outlet. So thank you for that, Dawn. Okay, so Dawn also added to that, or a chaplain of sorts. There's nothing weird about that career or that this man who was a new member of the church wants to help. Right. And I do believe he has nothing to gain or nothing to lose by telling the truth and his truth. And, you know, then you get the people that are saying, oh, the family wanted him to do this to back them. Well, if that was the case, you guys, he threw them under the bus many times. He came out with stuff that went against what Candace is saying now, or what was said to LE by Candace. And this was directly from Candace's own mouth to him. So I do not believe that he is in any way, shape, or form trying to hinder or, you know, distract from the investigation. I think he came on and he told his truth, and which gave us indications. What Candace told him about, you know, she was at the trailer and just watched Summer walk to the house, and about talking to one of the boys and Candace, because Candace backed up the child, that one of the boys, I believe it was the older one, that had told him the basement door was locked. And then Candace reiterated that, yes, it's locked. So there's no way that she could have went out that door. So that blows their thing right out of the water. So that's not their help. That's sinking them. You're going to have to go back, Barbara, and watch the first part. Aw, thank you for the offer, Crime Stories Obsessed. I appreciate that. That would be fun. Shoot me an email, above and beyond ancestor at outlook.com. You can also find it in my about section, my email, and maybe we can set something up there. I don't know what time zone you're on. I'm on Eastern, so hopefully we can set something up there. That would be great. Tipsy Girl, I agree. I mean, it's got to be exhaustive. You know what I mean? To try and keep everything, you know, and remember everything that you have said and what you haven't said. And you're supposed to be church people, yet she drinks and has been accused of SA on family members. It's interesting. I don't think just because you go to church, you can't drink. I don't know what different religions state, but I know they hadn't been part of that church for very long. So okay, so Laura Carlson says, I believe David. I did send him Candace and Donald's interviews last night, and he is speechless. I bet. I bet. Okay, my chat just took off on me again. Crime Story Obsessed. So why did Donald say the door was open? Right? Oops. Good question, Crime Stories, Emma. Yep. FBI will get the job done. I pray for Summer. If she's still with us, I hope they find her soon. But if not, I still pray that they find her and be laid to rest. Yes, Marilyn. I agree. Come on, you guys, really? Dawn of Destruction says their theory is that he was able to cremate the body. He hadn't been working as a mortician for 1.5 years. And you can't just go into a crematorium and start cremating bodies without paper trails. And it takes a long time to do that. So I don't know. I think people are just jumping on bandwagons to get some recognition somewhere. Everybody's saying, yes, collab, please. Yes. I really don't believe that this guy would have had anything to do with doing anything like that to Summer's body. Absolutely not. Mama Shan Shan, I agree. And it's almost like Dawn's stories are getting messed up because Candace's narrative keeps changing about what happened. When you can't even keep the story straight about what exactly happened. Now, were you at the trailer and watched her walk in? Did you walk her halfway? Did you walk her right to the door and tell the boys to watch her? Did you go down in the basement? You said the door was, you told people the door that night that she went missing, that the door was locked, and now you're saying that it was unlocked. It's just like every time they keep, it seems like all the information is pointing towards somebody at that house doing something. She adds something else to the story, or something else is added to the story to pull away from that house again. I'm telling you guys, I am at that house. I have not left that house. I believe that's exactly where it happened, and I believe that she's going to be found north of that property, in the bushes and everything, not back towards the, like I said in the video yesterday. I pointed out and I circled the area, not towards the road, but the other way into the bush. That's where I believe she's going to be found. And I do believe a lot of people have asked me, well, if she's back there, they went over that area. They couldn't go over every square foot. And I believe that she is in a somewhat shallow grave. It's not deep if it's a grave at all. I see more of her being covered up by stuff and it made to look natural. Being a hillbilly and living out in the country, you know how to make things look natural. And I think she could have been missed. And then they say, well, the bloodhounds or the cadaver dogs would have picked up on it. The cadaver dogs can't go over. They only had a few out there. They cannot, certain dogs are for certain things, okay? Dogs, one dog will go by scent. The other dog, a cadaver dog, goes by rotting human remains. Now, it doesn't even mean that a dog was even used in the area where she is. If the dogs were being used elsewhere and not in that area where she is, she could very well have been missed. So I wanted to put that out there. It's easier to say it than it is, because when you type something, and a lot of everybody, if you text, you will agree 100% with me that when you text something without tone of voice or stuff like that, texts can be construed to mean something else that they weren't meant to mean. People take it differently because they read it differently or interpret it differently. So that's why I want to put it out right now, is that I believe that people could have been in the area on foot, go by it, and not even see it or not even think that something was there. Okay. Also, if there wasn't a dog in that specific area, the dogs could not go over every square inch of that property. Okay. If they're more than a certain distance from where Summer could be, they're not going to pick up the scent. Okay. So that's why I wanted to just put that out there on a live, so you guys get what I'm saying correctly. I don't want it to be changed that I said something different than what I did because somebody maybe took it the wrong way. So that's what I'm saying. I think they use the dogs in the most obvious areas, which would be in the house, around the trailer, and directly around the distance that in the time that they got the call. Okay. And I'm not saying that's when it happened, but if they said, when Candace called, it's 6:30 and she says she went missing 10 minutes ago. So you take that 10 minutes, give them 10 minutes for the 911 call, give 15 minutes for how long it would take the police to get there. So say in the time she went missing to the time the police got there, it was 45 minutes. The police know how far a 5-year-old on foot could get in 45 minutes or half an hour, whatever that time is. That's what they would have searched with the dogs. Okay. Now the dogs didn't pick up a scent past that driveway. Okay. So keep that in mind, please. They are going to go with the dogs first to around the property, how far they think she could have got in the time frame that she was missing, since the minute she went missing. Yeah, I heard, thank you for that, David. Where are you? There you are. Bloodhounds, yes, I heard that bloodhounds can be just as good as cadaver dogs, if not better. Because bloodhounds and stuff like that are used in hunting and that too. So when you shoot a duck out of the air or, whatever you're shooting, that dog goes and finds it, and they find it by the scent of the blood, right? Yeah, that's another thing that was said that's kind of off. If the kids were allowed to be outside playing by themselves and they weren't concerned about Summer, not that they weren't concerned enough to run out there themselves because Summer was out there alone. But Candace watches her walk a few feet to the door. Exactly. Oh. This case has caused me so much angst, and I took a break for about 3 days and decided to stick to this channel. Aw, thank you, Samantha. Yes, certain breeds are trained for certain things, like German Shepherds are usually police dogs. And I've had a German Shepherd, and believe me, if one of my kids in their late teens came into my house with marijuana in their pocket, my dog, which was a German Shepherd, his name was Askum, because I got tired of everybody asking his name, so I just named him Askum. And it was quite funny, actually, when people would come in, oh, what's your name? But anyway, he would go right beside them and sit. And it's like, okay, you guys are smoking marijuana, are ya? No, Mom, we would never do that. Okay, empty your pockets, because Askum would smell it. So, different breeds are good for different things. Yes, I agree, Mama Shan Shan. Tina Fontaine, do you think Summer was sexually assaulted? Maybe the parents were scared she would tell. I am going to answer that, and I don't really care about the backlash, because I'm not going to say I'm an expert on this, but when I was a young girl, I was sexually assaulted for many years, till I was about 10, from the time I was about 5. So for 5 years. I see things in Summer that lead me to believe that that is a very good possibility. That's how I'm going to say it. I'm gonna ask him. Ask him. Ask him. ASKHIM. Ask him. Oh. Spirit Seeker Squad says, The spirits were so strong about me helping, and they said Summer, Candace, Dawn's names multiple times. I've got some. I stand by my readings 100,000,000%. Especially when it comes to my ancestor deck, because I'm very connected to them, because they are built on things that my ancestors did, things that my ancestors were involved in. I'm very connected, and they have a vested interest in seeing me do well. So I'm very intuitive. So with that and my ancestors working in my favor, I'm telling you, let's see what happens. We'll go back to that read once Summer is found, because I do believe she's going to be found. Yes. So Wakey Wakey says, Willow, yes, I have the same experience, and I see the same in Summer. There's things that I see, yes. Janet, yes, I do private readings. You have to email me for a private read. My email is in my About section on my YouTube page. If you scroll across the top, you'll see there's home, there's videos, there's community, there's stuff like that. And there's an About section, or my email is in the description of any of my videos. Oh, Ollie, it's okay. I'm long over that. I'm almost 60 years old now, and I've dealt with it. So, but I'm just saying, because of that experience, I am seeing things in Little Summer that leads me to believe that that's a very good possibility that she was sexually abused. I can't say by who, because I don't know, but she is giving signs of that. There's my sister. What's his name? Ask him. No, really, what's his name? Ask him. I've had a lot of people go, okay, what's your name? And Ask him just looks at them like, seriously? Oh, gosh. Amanda Pope, no. The red truck came about from Don trying to blame his neighbor next door. And that neighbor next door hadn't had that truck for a while. And it was found, he has cooperated as far as I know. They did go and check the red truck, and they have interviewed the guy that owned it. So obviously it had nothing to do with it, because the guy's not arrested. Yo, sister hot. Oh, my sister's hot. She's also very married. But thank you. She is very beautiful. Yes. Yeah, I do think that it is pretty much irrelevant. Coco, I'm not going to discuss that here. Oh, Janet. Forever Young, I do every type of reading you can imagine. Uh-oh. Somebody started something, because now everybody's coming out to protect my sister. Yaya disagrees. She thinks the hair is relevant. Okay, Ali, you are now, as of today, adopted. David Cohen. Well, I'm single, well off, my own house. It's big, so big I get lost in it, or I don't know where everything is. I think you're on the wrong site. I think you should go on a dating site. You can Google that, Coco. There's lots of information out there on Google. If you Google the signs to look for in abused children, sexually abused children, it'll all be there. It's just something that I'm not comfortable discussing, especially in this kind of platform. Greetings, Canadians. Yes, all my fellow Canadians that are here. Hello. Hello to everybody we got people from around the world here, so I want to thank everybody. David, then you need some help, because if you don't know where homes are that you own, well, I think you need some help that we can't give you here. And I don't mean that in a way like wrong. You need to get a lawyer or something to search out all your properties. We can't help you here with that. Donna Destruction says, my biggest issue with that is you could be a tomboy and not have your head shaved, and then you can have two parents that are contradicting each other about why that child's hair was shaved. Yes, it does show that they are not being truthful, but I don't think her head being shaved caused her death or her going missing. That's what I meant by that, Dawn. No disrespect to you at all. It just shows deception, Mason. A maison de sauver. You must be French. Maison de sauver. David, my sister is very much married, and this is not a dating site here, so that's why I'm saying I don't think this is the platform to be discussing that stuff. I think it's kind of comical, but this is not a dating site. My sister is very much married, and I don't think it's appropriate for here. I'm trying to say it as nice as I can. They just don't want to seem like bad parents. Could be. Okay, David, I'm going to ask you to stop, please. If not, you're going to be timed out. I've tried to ask you nicely. This is not the place for that. Yes, no one's in here to be hit on or picked up, or it's not a dating site. Please stop. If you don't stop, I'm going to ask one of my mods to just block you. Okay. You've been put in a timeout. David, if you come back after your timeout and you start again, we're just going to block you. I feel it's very distracting from what we are trying to do. We're trying to discuss a missing child here. I did try to be as nice as I could about it. I'm not a psychic, DJ. DG, I read cards. I'm an intuitive and also an empath. Hi, Nellie. You're very welcome. We've been live for over 2.5 hours. Thank you for being a part of our live. Oh, thank you, Allie. He thinks he's on Matchmaker. Yeah, it's gotten disruptive, so it was kind of cute at first, but that could very well be too Forever Young. There's Missy. Hi, Missy. We've missed you. Thanks for popping in. Yes, it's very inappropriate. Like I said, at first it was okay. It's cute. Like, but come on. Hello, Anne. So I finally. Oops, there goes my child. I just got caught up and it just went whoop again. Yes, Lulu, I agree. Personally, I don't think the deaths of her sister are connected, like that's why Summer went missing. I find that there is some things there that have come out in my reads about jealousy. I think there was jealousy between the grandmother and Rose. So Candace's mother and Candace's sister, I think there was some jealousy there. And I do believe that there was jealousy between Candace and Summer. So that is the link that I have got with them in my reads. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another read on Summer. I don't know. Yes, I do believe that there was a different video that was shown. I agree, Dawn. I think there's been a lot of, if it is true about buying the wacky tobacco or whatever that was, I don't know. Or vape, sorry, the vape and the twisted tea. Yes, there is some behaviors that is totally inappropriate, and I agree with that. The dogs would not have picked up her would not have picked up her scent on the roadway. The dogs would have picked up her scent back at the house, and the dogs did pick up her scent all around that house, right down to the end of the driveway. And I've explained my theory on why they lost her scent at the driveway. I believe when Candace left with her mother that morning that she was going to leave all the kids behind. And I believe that Summer said, I ain't doing that. My brothers always pick on me, whatever the reason. And she ran after Grandma and Candace leaving and got in the truck with them. That's what I think happened. And that would explain a lot why there wasn't appropriate clothing and stuff like that, because for Summer after swimming and stuff like that, because Summer wasn't supposed to go with them, or they had no intentions on taking Summer. And I think that changed. That's why I think that, and the boys also made a comment that they seen Summer running down the driveway. Remember, in every lie, there's some truth. So I do believe that that's what happened. That's my opinion only, you guys. That is not fact. That's just my opinion. And it would all make sense. Yes, far away, but how far is far away? I believe that she is going to be found within a quarter mile or so of their house. I hope this manic, dogmatic scatterbrain never sits on a jury. Who are you speaking about, Natasha? Please let us know who you're speaking about there. Actually, I would like to know who you are talking about, Natasha. Please let us know. That's true. Then it leans on Candace suspected to be alone with H that day and not have any children present. Yeah. There's a lot of things that make it make sense. You know what I mean? I'm still waiting for this one up here. What's her name? Natasha. I hope this manic, dogmatic scatterbrain never sits on a jury. Who are you speaking about, Natasha? I would really like an answer to that. If you're going to come out with something like that, it would be nice for you to let us know who you're talking about, because I didn't like that comment at all. No matter who you are talking about, but please enlighten us. Where is that? Right here. Well, do you think Summer's going to be found alive? No. See, another thing too is Summer was wearing, it's like, I don't think it was an actual bathing suit. It was like a top that crisscrossed in the back and a pair of shorts in the water. And then she's seen in a jogger suit. And then when she went missing, she was seen in a pink shirt and gray pants. So there's nothing ever spoken about when she was changed. So that's other things that have been left out. You got to look at what was actually said and what has been left out. Why did you not say, at some point when they got back to the house, they had to have gone in that house to put the milk away and groceries and obviously change Summer. That is not spoken about. So you got to put that into the equation when you're trying to go through the scenario of what happened and timeline. Why is that not spoken about? There's reasons for it. There's reasons why people leave parts of stories out. Thanks, Denise. I've been can you just obviously she's not going to answer, Des. Can you just block her? Because I'm not standing for people bullying people like that. I don't know who she was referring to, but boot her. Block. I won't put up with that. I'm not going to have anybody bullying anybody else for their opinions here. Okay, so Dawn says she was wearing a tank dress. Okay. But I knew it wasn't a bathing suit. It almost looked like one of those, long, flowy tops that crisscross in the back, and it looked like that, and a pair of shorts to me. But I got bad eyes too, so yes, and we can't. You make a good point. We don't know. We don't. We can only go by on what. I'm only concerned about what Candace said, what the grandmother said, what the boys said, and people that know her or were told stuff by her directly from Candace, not secondhand, third-hand news. And when you put that all together and start cross-referencing, that's when you get what could actually be the truth and what is lie. Diane says, Willow, I love you and your channel. You're stuck with me. Ah, thanks. I don't mind being stuck with you at all. I enjoy it. The only one that knows is Summer. Actually, there's two people that know. Summer and whoever did something to her. There's two people that know, maybe more. Thank you, Allie. Yeah, and I think there's a lot of photos that people are getting their hands on from whatever, from family, friends, people that have pictures of Summer, and I think a lot of them are being altered. So you got to be very careful, okay? No worries, Marilyn. He's been blocked. He was given enough warning and asked politely and continued. So that's what happens. You're gone. Sorry. Tipsy, I think it's all coming. If you want my honest opinion, and it's my opinion only, I believe it's all coming. Okay? They're going to, because they don't have Summer yet, Summer's remains, they right now are collecting as much circumstantial evidence as they can. And once, if Candace is charged with this, that will all be in the probable cause affidavit. That will just be added to it. I don't think they're going to arrest her right now because she's talking. She's cooperating. You're going to see, I'm going to give you this little tidbit, okay? This is how you're going to know when charges are going to be laid. When they stop cooperating and they stop talking. Law enforcement right now is getting every little tidbit that they can. When you have a circumstantial case only, you want every single little bit of info that you can get. Okay. And then that's got to be, like I said, cross-referenced with what she said before, what she's saying now. Okay. Candace said, yes, that's true. When somebody else commented on something, that's true. They're going to cross-reference it. Is Candace now saying that's not true when she said it was true when that person said it before? Believe me, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, especially in the legal field, that people that have not worked in it have no idea about. A lot of the police matters and stuff like that, you're made aware of it, right? And there's things that you can search and investigate on your own and find out. But there's also a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that seem like minute little details, but that little detail could be everything. And that's what they are trying to do right now. Trust me on this. The same as when I said about the Lori and Chad Daybell. Everybody's saying, Willow, why? Why haven't they been charged? Why? Patience. Believe me, they are gathering every little piece that they can about everything and everyone that they think could be involved in this. And then look what happened. So please believe me when I say I do believe that charges are coming. Okay. Law enforcement does have a lot. I do believe that. But I think that there is just a few more things that they need. Okay. Cases are people are found guilty with no bodies. Believe me. But in order to do that, you want every little bit and piece that you can get. Okay, because the more that you can lay on and the more contradictions, the more lies that they're caught in and everything, that's how they're going to be caught. And that's how they're going to put this case together. So the more that Dawn and Candace talk and then people come forward with what they know, that's how they're going to get all the evidence enough to say we're convinced. I believe that they're already convinced, but they just need those little bits more. And they're going to keep going until they can't no more, until either something is either going to be too dangerous to let it go on any further, or until they feel that they've got enough, or until Dawn and Candace stop talking. Okay? Let's see how close I am on that. We'll look back at this video when an arrest is made, and you'll see what I'm saying. Yes. And they've also got to separate fact from rumor. Exactly. Like I said, they need every little bit that they can get. Yes, I do believe Allie revealed a lot of truth, but also there's a lot of gripe there too. A lot of things that were added that really shouldn't have been, in my opinion. But when you want to get somebody talking and keep them talking, sometimes you just got to let them talk, even if it's irrelevant or if it's something that shouldn't be said. You just let them talk so you can get to the information that you need to get. And I find Unmasked is very good at that. And when you notice when David came out with, no, Candace and the boys or one of the brothers told me that that door was locked. You notice her facial expression did not change at all. That's how you know when you've got somebody who is very good at bringing information out of people that they may not even realize what they're saying. Okay, because I would have been, oh my God, really? Because she said that, you know? So Unmasked is very good at what she does, and I commend her for bringing out a lot of things that she has got people to bring out without them even knowing that they brought it out or that they were saying something that could very much hurt both Dawn and Candace. Drama must remain on stage. Willow, what do you think about the psychic medium, EVPs, etc.? I believe everybody is everybody has their own thing. Okay. I'm just recently been drawn into the EVP thing because of my sister. She is here. She's a mod, Daring D Dauntless Detours, because she does a lot of the spirit box stuff and stuff like that. So I'm starting to get interested in that. Is it something that I'm going to do? No, because that's not my calling. I believe any psychic, any medium, anybody that really dives deep. We got like Sarah Saving Spirits that really does a lot with dowsing rods and spirit boxes and stuff like that. I believe it's a calling. Like, you don't just wake up one day and you're a psychic medium. You know what I mean? It's a calling, and it's been there, I believe, since birth. Okay. So what I think about them, I'm not going to comment what I think. I believe that everybody has a calling, no matter what it is, whether it's in the psychic realm, whether it's in reading cards, whether it's intuitive, empaths, others that like to do the spirit box and EVPs. Everybody has a calling and has what they are good at doing. I mean, I could go on and on about this forever, but it's complex. We'll put it that way. Okay. Somebody may have a calling with many different things when it comes to the psychic world and the psyche and the you know, outside forces and stuff like this. It's what you hone in on, it's what you practice, and it's what you believe in. So to each their own. I don't condemn or anybody for what they do, unless I can say, you know what, they're an absolute fake. And I just don't watch their channel if I feel that way, because there are a lot of very, very good. I could probably name about 20 right now that I feel are very good. Sarah Saving Spirits and Southern Soul Tarot. I just love them to death. And I think they are very informative, and I think they are very connected. So those are two that I do watch often. I'm not saying that the others are not. I don't watch them, so I'm not going to make an opinion, and I wouldn't do that anyway on a platform like this, because you just don't do that to people, right? So anybody that is out there and being honest and, you know, is giving from their heart and is giving for all good, I support. But are there fakes and frauds out there that are trying to capitalize on stuff like this? Absolutely. I think you can pretty much pick them out. So that's what I'm going to say on that. You missed one big flag. Uh-oh. He said Candace told him she and the boys all went swimming that day. Are you talking about, Susan, are you talking about the gentleman that was interviewed last night by Unmasked? Because I believe when he was talking about the boys swimming, I believe that was at the pool, because he took them to the pool. Yeah, Kelly, I agree. Like, there are areas that I will not go. Like, do not ever ask me about an Ouija board, because I think it's the devil itself. There's just parts that you don't play with. And there is a lot of satanic stuff out there. You don't play with that. I would not even attempt. No. Sherry Boyd says, I don't know about psychics. I know that there is a possibility of truth in it, but not convinced. There are a couple that I know of. I don't know if they're even on YouTube, but they're actual psychics, very well-known psychics. There is a guy that I followed on Facebook, and he was just great. He's probably in his 20s, and I know his story. So I tend to go over stuff like that, like psychic readings, not cards, but psychic readings. I tend to watch for certain things, and I don't want to get right into it because I'm not here to condemn anybody, because I wouldn't want it done to myself. But there's some good ones out there, and there are some bad ones. You just got to be very careful. Okay, Carla Jean Fetter. Hello, been watching on and off. I have a question. The boys have been left in the mess with Donna Wall, Candace Wall, and Candace Harding. Wondering what would happen if another child disappears. Don't bite your tongue, Carla. Carla, don't say that. It would not be good. If one of those other boys go missing, it's not going to be good. And there's going to be a lot of heat coming down on a lot of agencies. I don't even want to think about that. It would not be good. Mama Shan, I'm terrified. I don't want to be nowhere near a Ouija board. Yes, Summer Dawn, I agree. Hello, Summer. Such a beautiful name. If someone had hurt this child, then it's dark. No one who is in white light and love would do this. That's right. Kesa, I know that they were being monitored 24/7. I don't know if that is still happening, so I can't answer that honestly for you. Red Hat, whoops. Red Hat Queen, absolutely. And that's why I think they are taking their time. I know it's frustrating for people who want answers, but this is why they have to be able to prove this 100%. Yes. Yes, me too. You're very welcome. Same Jamie's coffee, cold and in bed. I'm not the only one. I wish I could be in my bed right now because it is very cold where I am. Do you have enough in your tank to do a train where you're... Yes, I just may do that. Summer, I may just do the train read on Summer. And I think it may... I don't know what's going to happen when I get to see this hand surgeon, so I may be out of commission for a while, you guys. So I am very glad I'm not monetized, you guys. So just to let you know that my channel is not monetized. I took the monetization off for now anyway. I don't see putting it back on anytime soon, but you never know. But when I do, I want to be a little bit more informed than when I was when I first applied for monetization, because I want to have a little bit more control over the ads and stuff like that are on my channel, because I'm not here to make a ton of money. I'm not, but it does help with things that I need to get. Like I do need a better mic. I need a better camera. So it would help with that. But I'm not here. I've got more than enough, believe me, in all my years of working and everything else and owning houses. I still own one that I rent out. I don't need the money. So it's not like that. So I don't even know if I'm going to ever monetize again. So everybody's been asking, why can't we send you super chats and that? Well, it's because I took the monetization off. And I know that, you know, and I thank you guys for wanting to do that. I do appreciate it. But, or I may try and figure out, if I do monetize again, some charity for abused women and children that I could donate to in the States, not in Canada, because a lot of the cases I cover are in the US, and I would want that to go towards that. You know what I mean? Alma, let's not get going on this again, please. Yes, she is. She is beautiful. My sister is pretty. Everybody here is. Like, I think I've got beautiful subscribers and handsome subscribers. Yes, I will. It's kind of, okay, absolutely adore empaths and intuitives. Yes, you know, and it takes a lot out of you. It really does. I get drained to the part where it's just like, oh, I've got to go all the way upstairs to go to the bathroom. It drains you. So Chrissy says, hopefully all goes well with the hand and you'll back to us as soon as possible. We miss you, but you and your health must come first. Yes. So I do have a slew, you guys, of private reads that I'm trying to catch up on and get done before this hand surgery thing happens. If it happens, it'll be sometime in August. I go and see the surgeon again, I think the beginning of August, and we're going to decide then what's going to be done. A lot of things are just opening up again here. So I'm going to stretch it as much as I can. But also, you guys, I've got all the trials that are coming up that I will be covering also. So even though I can't shuffle cards to do reads, I will figure out a way to do it, believe me, with one hand. Even if it's not being able to shuffle properly and having to just spread cards out and pick, I will. But we have a lot of trials coming up. With the Barry Morphew trial is coming up, the Letitia Stout pre-trial, and Proof Evident Presumption Great hearing is coming up, and then her trial. And we also got Chad Daybell's trial. So I will be streaming all that live to you guys. So there's things that I can still do to keep you guys occupied. When I can, I will. Like I said, it's not going to be a good shuffling and everything. I may end up doing a lot more live reads because it's just an easier thing to get set up than it is for me to get all set up upstairs with having to not be able to shuffle. I'll figure it out. Forever Young, I am in the Ottawa, Ontario area. I was born and raised in Hamilton, Ontario, though. Yes, we are all looking forward to that. And that's coming up soon, too. Let me just get that for you, you guys. I know it's not part of this. Where's my glasses? So the Proof Evident Presumption Great for Barry Morphew is on the 9th and 10th of August. And then his preliminary hearing is August 23rd and 24th. And then the probable cause affidavit should be released after that. So we're looking at just over a month. Yes, I was. Aw, thank you, Melissa. Oh, now I just lost that comment. Donald Wells is getting on my nerves. I think he's getting on everybody's nerves. You have twinsy hands. It's so frustrating. You need to get one of those electric cards. Yeah, for shits and giggles, eh? Mm-hmm. I could just imagine Spirit saying, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, and the reason he's asking for firewood, you guys, is apparently from what David said, is this is about the time of the year that he would be getting that together and getting it all chopped up and put aside for the winter coming. So I don't know how much I read into that. I don't think, to me, it's not really out of the realm of what he would be doing now, and he's not out being able to do that. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet, but I'm not raising a red flag with that yet. Why do people, Elma, I would love to live out where they are. I mean, that house would be fixed in an instant before I moved in, but I would take that house in an instant. Okay, so Janet says, I live in the woods and we are in the process of stacking wood for winter. Yes, so that's, I kind of got that feeling too, Janet, that I think that this would be a normal thing that he would be doing right now, and he's not able to do that. So asking for that, I mean, they still do have them 3 other boys there that they need to keep warm, right? I have to leave. Thank you, and I would contact you for a read. Okay, Samantha, thank you for joining. I'm going to be wrapping this up very shortly anyway. So I'm terrified of snakes too. And bears. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I think I'd have an electric fence around my house, so nothing could get. I mean, then again, my real mother lives in Nova Scotia, which is in Canada. And where they are, it's pretty remote. And she has big black bears or brown bears, whichever, coming right up on her porch and looking in her living room windows. And she's not afraid at all. And it's like, do you not realize that, like, with one whack of the paw, they could come right into your house and eat you? No. I would have bars on my windows so the bears couldn't get in. Come to Los Angeles, Willow. I'd love to go to Los Angeles. It's been so long since I've been to the California area. I was probably 15 the last time I was there, many moons ago. Especially if heating cooking with only wood burn stove. Yeah. Yeah, you have to let the trees dry out. Like, I heated with a wood stove for many years when I did live out in the country. And I mean, it's not where there's snakes and bears and everything. Outside of Ottawa area, I did live, and it was rural. And we heated with a wood stove, and it has to be dried for at least a year. And then, like, it has to be cut into small pieces, like maybe about 2 feet, 1.5 feet long. They could stay round, but you had to dry it out for a year, and then you chop it. After the year, they have to be dried out. So, I mean, it doesn't raise any red flags that they're asking for firewood. Yeah, my sister, here she is. We're in the woods now, and I've seen some of the weirdest bugs here and the black bears running through the yards. Yes, she when my sister showed me that video, it's like, oh my God, get the dog, get in the house, bar the windows. Yeah, like, it just walked right down the road in front of her place, and it's like, oh my God. And you want me to come and visit there? Because they just moved there this past fall. So, yeah. A train read is a read that hones in on areas. And it's used with a special deck. Moose, I'm not so afraid of moose. Because moose, you make a noise and they take off. Bears, you make a noise and they say, yo, you want to play? Yes. I have a moose in my backyard. You had a moose in your backyard? I had something running around on my roof. I'm telling you. And it was like, okay, what is it? What is it? And I'm in, like, it's city, but I don't know. I think I heard a possum or raccoon or something, but it was on my roof. And it was like, I ain't going outside. That thing slides down off my roof and onto me. I would be flipping out. Tennessee caves rock cunning. I'll have to look into that. What's the new info on summer? You will have to go back to the beginning of the video to find that out. Yes, she is. Where is it? There it is. Yes, she is. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. It's been over 3 hours that I've taken out of your Saturday. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here and helping share what you think and, you know, letting us know what you've heard and, you know, the commentary that goes with it. I think I've tried to be pretty fair with everything. Oh, thank you, Red Hat Queen. I think I've tried to be pretty fair, and I have my own opinion of what happened, but I'm not going to push that on anybody because everybody's entitled to their opinion on what they think happened. Some are a little far-fetched more than others, and some could be spot on. We just don't know, right? We can only go by what the actual facts are. So I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I did write down some notes from some of you that I will be checking out. So I want to thank you for giving me that. I will be checking them out and seeing if it's been said somewhere else, who said it, does it match, or is it a contradiction to what maybe Candace had said before, or Dawn had said before, or somebody else had said. You know, when you get 3 or 4 different people that are involved in this, that are very close to this case, if they are saying the same thing, you can pretty much believe that it's pretty close to fact. If not, if there's any variations of that being said, then you've got to discard it until you can get something solid to prove that that is fact. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. I try and put it all together with each new thing that comes out. The yellow car, I have already scratched that off. There's nothing to do with the yellow car. So that's what I've been doing, you guys. I've been really trying to keep myself busy debunking for myself or saying this could be something and then expanding on that. Who else has brought that up? Is that person credible? That's how I go about doing things. That's what I did in my line of work, working in the legal field, especially in criminal law for over 30 years. I did private investigations. So I kind of piece, and my mind works different than everybody else's that, you know, has never worked in that type of field of work. I'm used to putting things together and how they're putting together and how you find fact from fiction. So that's what I am trying to do with everything. So no problem, Summer Dawn. You made it in to get some of it anyway. Forever Young, you are very welcome, and thank you all for being here. Aw, thank you, Christy. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. I could do this all day, but I am going to go back with some of the things that you guys have given me here in the chat. I may not agree with, but you know what? You've said it and you're adamant about it. So I'm going to look into it and I'm going to see what I can find out about it. What part of criminal justice field did you work? Everything criminal. I worked on cases with lawyers. I'm a paralegal, and also I worked as a legal assistant in the office. I'm not good working and being confined to an office. So I did go out in the field a lot. I did bail hearings. I did interviews at the jails. And I also worked with a private investigator. Once I stopped that line of work, I went into business for myself for process serving and skip tracing. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it and see what that's all about. So I've criminal justice, almost every aspect from a murderer right down to petty theft. I love you guys. I love you too, Allie. Yes. Go concentrate on that now. So I want to thank you guys all for being here. Thank you very much for spending over 3 hours now of your time with us this afternoon. I appreciate each and every one of you. And we will get together again soon. If I come up with or hear of anything new, I will bring it to you guys right away. If it's just something that's can be said quickly, then I will make a post in the community tab regarding that. If not, I will go live. Okay? Love you too, sis. Thank you to my mods. You guys are great. And we will see each other again very soon. And until then, please take care of yourselves and please stay safe. Bye-bye for now.